What's up, guys?
Hey!
Yo.
We're back.
Am I talking in front of the mic or behind the mic? I think I'm talking behind it.
You're
Talking behind
it.
the mic.
Oh, that's
know what? It's
okay.
okay.
That's okay. It's all right. You guys got to see my handsome COVID face.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I know it's been a while, but if you're new or if you're returning, you're watching It's a Graham and Matt podcast featuring Alan.
Me.
I don't know if he's
Alan-
in the bottom, but we're gonna point down.
He's in the bottom. Alan's a newcomer to the podcast.
He does a really good O face, if anyone's wondering.
That's true. We're welcoming Alan to the podcast as a collaborator as well as our producer. So welcome to the show, Alan. You've made it.
Thanks, guys.
You've made it.
Finally made it.
You've made
You know,
it.
we've been off the air for 10 years, but you've made it, Alan.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, last time, so we've been through some stuff. So, yeah, like Graham said, it's been about 7 years.
Well, we did a clip like what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, before you moved.
Yeah, so we did 7 years ago is when It's Graham and Matt's podcast was born. And we had a really good run, and then life happened. I had some kids. Graham had some kids. Work. We had a brief stint on the Facebook Lives that was ultimately stuttered by technical issues because Facebook's platform is ass.
Yep. Awful.
It just sounds like you actually just stuttered right there. So I wonder if Facebook caught you trying to call them at.
They probably did. If I guarantee that's what happened. So yeah,
Watch
I mean,
out for the Zuck.
right?
The Zuck is everywhere.
So that's 2020, the year of our Lord or the year of our devil, however you look at 2020, and we're back. Technology is better. COVID has made it possible for us to collaborate now on a better, different level. So here we are, returning to you via YouTube or wherever you or maybe Facebook. I don't know. Probably YouTube.
Probably
We're
YouTube.
back. Probably YouTube. We like that. We like that platform.
Yeah.
So
we'll put our stuff on Facebook so you can check it out after the fact, but
absolutely
it'll be on YouTube.
So yeah, so what's been new, guys? What you been doing for the last 7 years?
Well, it looks like you got fatter, so that's great.
A little bit, yeah. And
No.
I got these wrinkles here now. I was just talking about that. I got these wrinkles here.
I should see. Do I have wrinkles? I don't even know.
You gotta turn and smile.
Oh, the smiling's the hard part. You can't tell if I'm smiling.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
That's true.
I'm still somebody else underneath this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I guess what's been happening lately, I no longer live in Bemidji. When we did the original podcast, I was living literally up the street from Graham. We used to record the podcast in my garage.
I'd walk over with a bag of gear and a 6-pack.
Yep. We'd pull up my shitty laptop, which was super good at the time. And we'd throw on some GarageBand and start recording. But now I live about 3 hours away. But luckily technology's made it so we can do this probably better than before, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
I think having the video, not having to worry about live, and just recording it now, like with Alan's a master with the editing.
Remember
So,
live, we would have a TV behind us playing our intro and our title behind us.
Yep.
We would do whatever we could. I mean, if we would color on sheets of paper to put our name out there.
Yep. I mean, I will say, I felt like our podcast, like at least like it sounded good. I mean, it was audio only back then.
Yep.
I mean, but I think we did a good job of making it sound professional. We had it on the Stitcher, we had it on Apple Podcasts. So I mean, we had some good stuff going.
Yeah.
But
we had some good clicks going too, man. A lot of people were checking it out.
Absolutely. We had some good guests.
Think of where we would have been if we would have kept going.
If you decided to not have more children.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been Joe Rogan being paid billions of dollars to Spotify. It'd be Graham and Matt fucking podcast.
Yep. Getting paid nothing, but still it would have been everything that's gone on the last 7 years. It would have been a great podcast.
Absolutely. Indeed. Having a bunch of internet dudes worshiping us for like the beards we had back then. Well, that I had back then. Graham's still got a beard. I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, it's coming. I ain't shaving for a year. So I mean,
You're
hopefully,
pulling the year again, huh?
I'm pulling the year again.
You've had
Ooh.
9 months of COVID. Why didn't you just follow through during
Yeah,
that?
you're supposed to have the COVID beard, man.
Well, that's true. So what happened is in November, I decided to do the Movember challenge. So I shaved everything and only grew a mustache. So my wife's grandpa, she had passed away, or sorry, he had passed away, complications from things like prostate cancer. So
Yeah.
I gotten some people at work to go in on it with me. Maybe because it's important, you know. I mean, I would say as men, one of the things that we're kind of ashamed to talk about, or sometimes even ashamed to think about, is our health. Like, so I mean, there's a lot of awareness out there for, you know, things like women's health, you know, breast cancer awareness. All that stuff is super important. Um, it's just that us men, you know, we're kind of touchy when it comes to our own health. I mean, we don't even want to go to a fucking doctor.
No.
So
No.
like,
I know that one.
yeah. So I mean, I think whatever things, I really like the Movember um, organization, because I do think that raising those awareness issues around men's health is super important. So that's why I did that. So,
Cool.
but now coming at the end of November, we're just letting it grow. So December 1st to December 1st, not shaving it, you know.
No.
So
All right.
next November, we'll see if I shave it a little bit early. I don't know.
You
I've
should
done it
just
one
shave.
time before.
You should just shave a mustache into your head.
Oh, okay. I don't got the hair for
He
that.
doesn't
Like,
got no
that's
hair
why
loose
I
no
know,
more.
I know. Your hair happens here. It does not happen up here.
Graham, you and I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just too bad we didn't have the video cameras back in the day, because you know what? I had
Some hair.
Some hair.
Yeah,
a little
some
bit
hair.
more, a little bit more hair back then. Maybe not a ton.
It
But
wasn't
I had more.
it wasn't an old man's golf crown that it is now.
That's true. That's true. Like, it's like all gone here. So
I
you know
was
what?
at I was
I'll
at my
keep this on.
barber like 3 months ago. That was the last time I got a haircut. Was like 3 months ago, and she was like, she's my sister, my barber,
Yeah.
and she's like, "You're thinning." I'm like, "You're gonna die, and you're not getting a tip." It's like, don't you dare say that to me. The
Did
second
she charge you for haircuts?
yeah, she charges me. She owns a business.
Did she give you the family discount?
I think sometimes.
All right. All right.
Not all the time. I mean, it all depends. I'm sure
All
there's
right.
high lows, whatever. But yeah, we all go there and stuff like that. But yeah, I was like, if the second I start thinning, I'm totally shaving my head.
Yeah, I've been on that train for the last 5 years, buddy.
Yeah,
That's the way it
and,
goes.
and he's only 28, folks. He's only
No,
28.
no, I'm 31. It's still way too early to start balding.
Yeah, just
I will
minus
say
that.
that.
Minus 31 by 5, though. Still.
Oh, man, just wait till you start discovering your first gray hairs.
Oh, here's the thing. I don't think I'm actually gonna go gray. I think I'm just gonna go straight bald. Like, I'll probably, once this starts going in more, like, that's probably where I'll start to discover some of the gray. But that's the thing. Like, you always hear things about like the silver fox. Like, oh, he's got gray. He's a silver fox.
Dude, my buddy Jerome is a silver fox.
my
He's
God.
a stud, absolute stud. Like, I'd do him. He's so hot, dude. Like, he's just got. I'm serious. Like, for like straight man to straight man, like, he's a stud, straight up. He looks so good, man. I'll have to show you a picture of him.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody talks about the silver fox, but ain't nobody wanting to go after a naked mole rat.
No,
Especially a chubby one. I'm working on it, but you know what?
I don't think he'd even mind if I showed us. He just took a brand new picture of himself.
Ooh, did he? I didn't see that.
Yeah, him and I do. Him and I do some podcasting every once in a while too. So let's see if I can find him on the camera here. Look at that stud.
Wow,
man,
yeah.
Man, like straight up. Yeah, silver
I like
fox.
it.
He's the only one I know that can pull it off right now. So you're 3 hours away.
Yep.
What are you doing for work? You said your family's bigger.
Yep. So family's bigger. My kids are crazy. I work. I'm a manager at a pretty well-known cell phone company. We don't need to talk about who. But
Cricket, right?
Yeah. Cricket.
Alcatel.
Yeah, that's what I do. So that's been good.
I shouldn't say anything because that's like, there it is.
And our first copyright strike.
Oh man, you guys don't even want to know. That's my update. I still got my update. So finish off, Matt.
Yeah,
your
so I mean
thing.
that's what I've been doing. I'm living in Alexandria now. Town small, full of old people, full of old Republican ass people. So if that doesn't tell you how I feel about things, we'll get to that in another episode.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing for the last 7 years. What about you, Graham?
Yeah, more kids. Well, not more in 7 years. One more kid, so I'm up to three.
Yep.
I now have a high schooler and one who's starting to drive this year. So that's nuts. Like now I feel old. I turned 40 this year. Yeah,
Plus
thanks
5
guys.
years.
Thanks for being quiet about that. I appreciate
Plus 5
the
years.
moment of science. It's great. Thanks for coming to my party. Oh wait, COVID screwed that up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell them about the idea you had for your party we were gonna do.
Oh, the party was gonna be so my parents used to do disc golf course out on their property back in the 70s and 80s. And this was like old school frisbee, like real. This is what you'd call men's frisbee, not golfers transitioning to frisbee golf like it is now. Khaki shorts and polos. I love it.
I'll save my comments on that, but continue.
Yeah, that's another podcast. I got some comments about that. So we were gonna throw a big bash out there and have my band play, the Bad Campers. Alan and I are in a band, which we are now celebrating 12 years.
Yep, I've been in there.
That's crazy. That's
Alan's
crazy.
been in there for 10, and I've done it for 12 now, and so yeah, we're on our 12th year of that. But we're gonna have the band play and just have a big bash and play some frisbee and go swimming at the lake. But for another year, maybe 45. We'll
do
do
they
that.
still have baskets on their property?
No, it wasn't baskets back then. It was
trees, wasn't it? Marked trees.
It was trees, and they took sheet metal and painted the sheet metal numbers. And my dad has it pretty laid out, like how it used to be. Our new house, or their new house and garage, is in the way of like a couple of trees. But
I smell
we had
a video coming.
Down. Yeah, so it'd be good. But we got some stuff. Like I think it'll be good. That would be a live video.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then otherwise than that, the band has been going strong until this year. I still work. I'm not going to say what I do. I help people. That's what I do.
It's accurate.
Yep, mental health stuff. And this year, we were talking about a couple health things. You were talking about how men don't want to go to the doctor.
Yep.
So in like the last 7 years, I broke my ankle. I had a cancer scare 3 years ago. And then this year, I had a kidney stone. And during the kidney stone, they found out that I was diabetic. And so I'm type 2 diabetic and now a vegan. I know you want to talk about me being a vegan.
I do want to talk about that.
Because we used to grill out and do a lot of things like that. But
yeah. So
yeah.
What's that been like?
It's tough.
Yeah.
I miss meat for the so I'm kind of like a 90% vegan. This could be a great episode too someday. I'm a 90% vegan, so meaning like pretty much everything except for pizza, because I've tried vegan pizza. I've made every style of vegan pizza that I could do, and all of it's trash. I can't find a good one. So if anyone has like a good vegan pizza, save me. That'd be great. But otherwise,
we've already alienated all of our vegan followers now.
Yeah, they're all gone. They're like, oh, he's only 90%. I also shot a deer this fall too, so there's the rest of the vegan followers. They're all gone too. And we just butchered a cow that's sitting out in my freezer. So I'm not. It's no religion or anything like that for me. It's about health and saving my life.
He's not a militant.
Yeah, I got you.
I was at like you guys know anything about like A1C levels?
Yeah.
No, not so much.
So obviously anything high number is bad in life for the most part, right?
Yeah.
So like I was at a 12.7 A1C, which they were like, okay, you need to be on insulin right away. You're gonna probably, we worry about you having a stroke or a heart attack, all these different things. I said no, because I've worked with people, I've done shots on people and everything like that in residential treatment. I was like, not a chance, And so I researched a ton and read a ton and really kind of figured out like vegan's kind of the way to go.
Yeah.
To try to reduce that. And so in 3 months, I dropped down to an A1C of 5, which essentially is like not even it's pre-diabetic, but barely. Like if you watch all the infomercials on TV, take this med, take that med, they're like, average A1C level is like 7.5. Well, that's what they say you want you to be in. So I've done that, lost almost 60 pounds, and yay.
So do the doctors still consider you diabetic then, even though you have dropped your A1C?
Yeah. So I dropped it again. I just had my 3-month check last month, and I dropped it again. It's like a 4.8 right now. Um, and the goal I think is like a year of surveying my blood workup, and then kind of go from there. So if I can keep it low or gone, then I'll be off of meds and kind of. I don't know if it's like once you're diabetic, you're always diabetic. I'm
Well,
sure that's
I
the
was
way
gonna,
it
I was
is.
gonna say, I was gonna point out, like, the thing is like, even if you get it down, you're still, because my grandpa was what they used to call borderline back in the day.
Yeah.
So he
Yep.
had to always constantly like monitor during the week and stuff, but he wasn't insulin dependent, didn't have any meds or anything. So you'll still have to
Yep.
like
You'll still
monitor your
still
blood
keep
sugar
track.
levels. Yeah.
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 So the life change that I'm trying to do, we talk about the cancer stuff. I had a cancer scare, and like most of the men in my family have either had cancer or died from cancer. And so this is kind of that scare type thing again, where you got to do something, you got to change, you got to be drastic. I don't go to the doctor. I never
Yeah.
go to the doctor. Now I go to the doctor all the
Yeah.
time.
I bet. I bet.
And so it's going to be a lifelong thing. But what scared me is they're like, well, life expectancy at this level that I was at was like 15 to 20 years. Well, I'm 40, so 55, 60. At 55, my youngest is just getting out of the house. I need to live long enough so I can disappear after they're all out of
Yeah.
my house. I need to.
Absolutely.
After you boot them to the
So
curb.
yeah. So I mean, yeah. So it's a life change thing, and it's fun, but it's tough.
So is your whole family like on the vegan thing with you, or is it just you?
It's just me, which that's also difficult because um,
You
it's
walk
hard to.
in and Sarah's like grilling up some like baller hamburgers, and they're like
Yeah, dude. Well, and,
grilling
like
some
Well,
ribs.
yeah,
even like
like
band gigs, it's always been like when we'd have like grill outs in the summer or whatever, when we play an outdoor gig. Graham would have to show up with like these weird looking like vegan brats and stuff, and we're all like eating
yeah,
like these like fancy like you know meat
yeah,
market
yeah,
type brats and stuff. And here's Graham throwing, I gotta throw in my corn dog that's made of real
yeah,
corn.
yeah. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough getting people on board around me. Um,
Yeah.
and even like during hunting season and stuff like that, like I ended up hunting by myself and kind of camping by myself because um it's just hard being around everybody. I don't drink beer anymore either. I haven't had a beer since May, um because it just messes with me now, completely messes with me, and I realize it and I can feel it and stuff. So family wise, it's hard. They're not, they love meat and cheese and all those things, and I do
Yeah.
too, but I'm just got to keep focusing and trying. I slip
Well,
up here and there. It's tough not to.
yeah.
Um, but I'm
I mean,
also not. I'm trying not to like slip down.
yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I think it's hard. Like, I mean, like a lot of the vegans, like the stereotypical vegan, right? Like the ones that are getting made fun of on the internet and everything. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that vegan teacher on TikTok is the
Oh
worst.
yeah,
You know, maybe
I
I'm
just deleted
alienating.
TikTok, so I don't know
Maybe
anymore.
maybe I'm alienating another part of our potential followers
the
here.
TikTok people.
But fuck that lady. She feeds her dog vegan food. Dogs aren't dog.
No,
You know what? I'll leave it for another episode. Anyways,
We're gonna have to have a vegan
yeah.
episode.
But like the
Um,
thing is, like, if you're not somebody who's like doing it for like the purpose of like trying to be like ethical, whether or not you view it as ethical, but if you're doing it strictly from a health standpoint, I mean, it's hard because you don't have that morality and ethical background to say
yeah.
I'm not going to eat an animal.
yeah.
I mean, but you know what I've been doing, like another small update, like I've been perfecting my barbecue game. So like just like
Oh yeah.
smoking food and stuff. I one thing. So when I
Thank you
lived
for
in
saying food and not meat, because we
Mm-hmm.
know how you like to smoke the meat.
yeah yeah yeah.
Oh, I finally got a zinger in. Woo!
Oh.
Oh,
I remember the
that
first
felt good.
my
Hey, wait,
first
wait, we gotta
foray
have the
into
applause. Wait.
my first foray into like barbecue is like I bought like or Alicia got me, that's my wife, she got me like this offset barbecue, and I called Graham one day and I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna barbecue some food. You got any wood? He's like, I have some box elder. And
Oh god.
me, I don't know shit about what kind of wood I need to use this. I'm like, all right, dude, let's do it. So Whitney, she's 7 now. Like we're just hanging out in the garage. You know, we have the smoker just outside of the garage, smoking chickens with box elder. Smoke's just coming into the garage, and like for the next 3 days, we sound like this, and like I was like, Graham, you can't use box elder for barbecue. I didn't know you needed it for food. I'm like, I told you that. It's like some sick joke.
Oh my
But
god, I remember.
oh, it's so bad. But there is a point to this. So, like, what I've heard though is what you can do. So, like, I've always been curious about this because, like, I mean, I've thought about the vegan lifestyle, the same reason you are. I mean, the health reasons. I mean, I mean, I got more pounds than I'd like. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself like super obese, but I mean, like, I've got more than what I'd like. But I mean, I've thought about different ways I could help cut that down. You know, I've tried some of like the keto stuff, low carb. Wasn't bad. I saw some results from it. But I mean, it's hard to stick with that stuff because
Yeah.
I think the key to finding a successful diet like that is having food that you enjoy, like that tastes really good. So I mean, much in the same vein of the fact that you don't like vegan pizza because it tastes like fucking shit,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I mean, it's
But then
rotten.
some, yeah. So I mean, like what I've heard of things of like eggplants, like you can smoke eggplant and it
Yep.
has like that same consistency as like pulled pork. I'd give that a try,
Yeah.
100%.
Hmm.
I
So
just
that's
ate.
pretty cool.
Oh, what's that fruit?
Jackfruit.
Jackfruit
Oh shit!
the other
Really?
day.
I was
Yeah,
just guessing. Dope.
yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was like it was in a bag. I think I'm gonna have to do it myself next time and actually just get jackfruit and do it. It's
Yeah.
all a texture thing. What I realized real quick, like health wise, in
Mhm.
order to find that change, like you can do keto, okay, you can do keto, you can do shakes only, like all these different things. But what I
Mhm.
found out really
Mhm.
quick with this is, like you said, you got to make it something that you like. And I'm like, Mexican. I
Oh
love
yeah.
Mexican food.
Yeah.
All I ate for 2 months was just Mexican food.
Like black beans and rice kind of shit.
Black beans and
And
rice,
some
but I do.
tofu meat substitute, right?
Yeah, I use tofu a lot. Like I just had tofu scrambled the other day that I made for breakfast. Um,
What do
but
vegan eggs look like?
a vegan egg.
Yeah, like if you're having a scramble, are you using eggs?
I use tofu. Dude, man, I got to come down and make you tofu breakfast. Tofu scrambled eggs.
Listen, I'd be into trying it. I can't guarantee I'd like it, but I mean,
It's good, man. But
I
but that's like I did all Mexican, and then I
yeah,
got bored of it, and so then I went to Indian food because a lot of Indian food is vegetarian anyway,
yeah.
um, meatless anyway. So a lot of beans, a lot of whatever. Um, but I'd use that instead and kind of switch. And now I'm in the part where I'm kind of like focusing on Asian style food.
Okay.
Mm,
Yep.
And trying to get all those salts and whatever out. The problem with Asian stuff is like all their sauces are very sugary, and
yep.
I don't do sugar
Also a
unless
lot
it's
of
natural.
MSG.
Yeah, unless it's natural sugar. I haven't had a Snickers bar or Coke or candy or anything like that in
Have
six and
you
a half
have you
months.
tried getting any of the stuff that has like stevia in it?
I do.
I
It's
love
not.
stevia.
Yeah, I mean, candy wise, it's not good.
Yeah, I
No,
could see
but I
Um,
that.
mean like for pop substitute, stevia is actually really good.
no, I do.
At
I
least the
just do.
ones I've had.
I do water and like ice, and
Yeah, I
then
mean, that's the thing for me. Like I don't really like soda that much. Like for me, I would rather just drink water.
yeah,
Or like even like I'll spice it up maybe with like a little spicy LaCroix or something. But
yeah. I
like
like Lacroix and things like that. Yeah, yeah,
LaCroix.
yeah,
yeah, like that's the thing is if you
yeah,
drink a lot of soda, like something like LaCroix is just gonna taste like shit because it's not gonna taste any sweetness. So
Yeah.
like
yeah,
Alicia, for a long time there, like she only drank Mountain Dew. And it's
yeah,
like
yeah. I
Alicia,
remember that.
try and drink some LaCroix. It it tastes like shit. It's not sweet enough. Like to me, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like it's super sweet to me. Like
Well,
now
once
I
you
Well,
feel
and
like
once
I
you
should
cut
she was
that,
drinking like the regular Mountain Dew, not the real sugar Mountain Dew too. So like
either way.
what she was
yeah,
missing was the high fructose corn syrup.
It's just so sweet. It just tastes like I'm drinking like syrup.
Yep.
yeah, I can't do any of that stuff no more.
No.
Nope, nope. So it's been good. Yeah, we should
Oh,
definitely do a health one because um, it's
yeah.
interesting to look at and kind of find a dynamic and
Yeah, I would definitely like to hear more about that. I mean, like,
yeah,
I mean, just because, like, I mean, during when COVID first broke out and everything, like, I had 4 months off of work, and
Yeah.
during that time, I started, you know, honing my skills as a gardener, and so I've been like really into the idea of like,
Dude, that was awesome when like you and I
yeah,
were like sharing like gardening ideas and stuff.
oh yeah,
That
yeah. I
was
mean,
tight.
I was growing lettuce, cucumbers, hot
Hot
peppers,
peppers.
tomatoes.
Nice.
Like, I really like that idea of like self sufficiency. I mean, I don't have the land or the property to do it, but I mean, that's something I'm really interested. But
Yeah.
so I mean, it sounds like we've had an eventful 7 years, to say the
Oh my
least.
gosh. Yeah, we're still alive. That's the part that matters.
Yeah, absolutely,
A little more
absolutely.
broken and a little bit fatter, but we're still alive.
Yep, the world is a crazy place, but if there's one thing you can always go back to, Grandma Matt podcast.
I'm trying to smile, but I don't think you can even see it. Here, let me see if I can curl. Aaron, I do have a mouth behind here.
Yeah. So kind of just like an intro, kind of like what we've done and what we do. Um, it's hard to really peg down what kind of podcast we are. I mean, I like to kind of think of it as we're, you know, I would say it's just a bunch of buddies talking, but I mean, we're definitely more than that. I mean, like, you know, Graham and Alan, I've known these guys for, 10 plus years. So, I
Yep.
mean, a lot of big events in my life, I've shared with both of these guys. Alan, stood up in my wedding. First person I called when there was a problem with my son, like when he had to get rushed to emergency room years ago. I mean, the first person I called was Graham. So, the thing that we have between us, we have a lot of stories, a lot of memories, a lot of
Hmm.
a lot of brotherhood between the three of us. And we bring a lot of that to this show because, we talk about all sorts of things. A lot of it is social issues, politics, mental health, a lot of different things. That's why it's really hard, when it says, what category is your podcast? It's really hard to
Yeah.
put a finger on it because really we're open game. We'd have one episode where Graham and I are talking about Westboro Baptist Church and the gay NATOs, and then the next episode we had, my friend Forrest on, and we're going into like indigenous culture, talking about sweat lodges, and I think we were talking about like how like the Native Americans, like how like their grieving process after a funeral, which was super cool. I mean, like we're
Yep.
kind of all over the place in how we do things, but I think the best way to describe our podcast is, we don't have a single category, but we'd like to think that we're very reminiscent of the conversations that you would have, with your best friend.
Yeah.
And it's very relatable in that sense. Um, and,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah. Very much the focus of it's a hodgepodge, and
yeah,
it is just three. It's just friends talking, family talking,
yeah.
and getting stuff on of mind. It's no different than you and your family meeting around a campfire and just BSing and getting stuff off your mind. And some arguments might happen, some disagreements, but at the end of it, there's no love lost type of thing, you know.
Think of it
Um,
as like
Yeah.
a variety show.
yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
really
I'm
the best
not
way to describe
dancing.
it. Yeah, I mean,
I
I might not
promise.
dance. I probably won't dance.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
but
there's less other substances being imbibed this time around. Um, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
we're healthy. You know, we're sober for the most part.
yeah.
Um,
There might be some occasional beer drinking.
I'm gonna drink some beers.
I am
Like
too.
that's gonna happen. I'm definitely gonna drink some beers. But the biggest thing that we can bring to the table, right? So I mean, like let's say that we're talking about politics, right? Like other podcasts you may listen to, it's usually gonna have, one per like a whole group, we're just liberal, or we're
Mm.
just conservative. The beauty of this podcast is, we all have similar views, but I mean, we definitely have different spectrums, and
Yep.
it makes for good conversation. Like
Yep.
we like to think that we're not trying to talk over each other with these things. We're not trying to change each other's minds. But what we do like to do is we like to open up each other, and that's what we hope to bring to you guys. We want our conversations to be something that you can think about, you can consider, and
Yeah,
kind of broaden your horizon.
yeah,
That's the goal. That should be the goal of life. The one I heard this analogy one time, and it's stuck with me ever since. I'm probably heard this when I was in high school, but basically, two men are walking down the road, right? They meet at a crossroads. They tell each other, their experiences, their beliefs, and everything they've experienced, all things like that. And it wasn't a competition of who was right or who was wrong, but more so that when they went their separate ways, they had left learning something new and a different outlook on life.
Yep.
That's what we hope to bring to you in this show.
Heck yeah, and I think another idea that we definitely want to make sure is that if you guys have any questions or you guys have any topics you want us to hit or you want to jump on with us,
Yep.
we will have people jump on board with us and have conversations. When we do a live show, we'll answer live questions right off the cuff and have those moments,
Yeah.
and make it as interactive as we can. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
excited.
Yeah,
Yep.
one of the things.
And we're not going to give up this time.
100%.
No
No,
matter no matter who
we're in it
moves.
to
'Cause
win
now
it.
we do have the technology.
Absolutely. One of the things we did in the past is, primarily it was just Graham and I, but we did like to have guests on as often as we could, and now we have Alan in the fold too. But I mean, you're gonna see plenty of episodes where we have guests coming on, and that always adds a great flavor to the show. But yeah, like Graham said, as we grow our audience in this, we'd love to do more live streams of this. And when that happens, we'd love to hear your comments and your questions and kind of help us drive the content. Like we're really into
Yeah.
that
Yep.
idea. So
Yeah, if you keep us in control of this, don't let us be in control. Jump in. You don't know where it's gonna go.
yeah, there will be bunny trails. There will be times where you're like, what was the original topic? But I
Oh,
promise
man.
you,
And we'll
it's gonna
forget
be
what it was.
thrilling.
But again, there's reduced substances. I lost teeth, so I can't say S's anymore.
Substances.
We're substances. We are lacking things that got us down the rabbit hole. So maybe there'll be less of it now,
And you have me.
depending on how many Dreckers Alan drinks.
Absolutely. Um, as we keep going too, and as we grow this audience, we do have a Discord. So we definitely will be opening that up to people who are subscribed. If that's something where you want to pitch things to talk about, if you have interesting things you'd like to hear our opinions on, we're gonna have a space in that Discord for you to come in and bring up some ideas and have. I mean, ultimately, our big goals. We want to grow not just a community of viewers, but just a community in general. I mean, it's always good to have somebody, especially
Heck
in
yeah,
times
and
like
we might
this.
just have conversations with you guys online, and
Absolutely.
that might be we've been around the block. We're always this is like
Graham
we're
more than
talking
others.
Graham more than others. Um, but that's part of this too. Like like Matt was saying, like we reach out to each other when we have things going on because we don't necessarily know how to deal with it all the time by ourselves, and that's a moment that we can try to offer to other people too. So yeah,
Absolutely.
and now that we've aged a little bit, I think we can trust our opinions to help other people a little bit more too.
For sure.
Graham is
Yeah.
definitely the senior citizen of the
Yeah,
group, though.
I'm
Yep.
definitely the elder here, which is okay.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, we're just keeping it short tonight, just kind of as an intro video. But ideally, we're going to be posting these every week. Typically,
And
record on Sundays.
yep, on Discord, and it'll be on YouTube.
Yep. Yeah, and then you might see some links on Facebook, but I'm going to be honest. Primarily, we're looking at YouTube.
It's gonna,
we
yeah,
want to
mostly
do
we're gonna be directing.
We
to
also want to
YouTube.
do a natural grow. We don't want to do the false grow of all friends and family and stuff liking us on Facebook. We want to do a real community versus just a fake community. And Facebook tends to create a fake community really quick. Not saying
Absolutely.
that all the people on there are trash or anything like that, but we want natural growth here.
Absolutely.
And if it's 100 people, that's all we get, those 100 people are meant to be here.
Absolutely. So with that being said, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, which if you are watching it, that's where you're watching. Feel free to
because
feel
that's the
free to-
only place you can.
yeah, that's gonna be basically the only place. Give us a subby. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Alan's gonna put it in right here.
Yeah, it'll be up in
right here.
It'll be up in one of these. But yeah, please hit that subscribe button. And then we'll have our community links in there too. But feel free to stop by, say hi, engage with us. That's what we want. We want community. We want to speak with you guys.
All right, so let's see if we can end this like we used to. Do you remember how we used to do that?
Awkwardly?
Awkwardly. It would always end awkwardly. One would be like 3 sheets to the wind, so we didn't know how to end it.
What did we used to end it on? Like, oh shit! Like we got our socials. What else did we do?
We did, yeah. We do our socials.
It's been 7 years, guys. I forget.
Yeah, I know. We do socials, and I think we just say, "This is Graham."
This is Matt.
And now we have.
Alan.
Oh my God! Look at how dirty my nails are. That's how we're ending this. How dirty Graham's nails are. Great.
Yep. So you've been watching It's a Graham and Matt podcast. We'll see you guys next week.